Hello everybody, and Jess here, and welcome back to Tsuki to Laika to Nosferatu. It is a day late, as you can see, but I was in no shape mentally or physically to record anything yesterday. I've been struggling with general anxiety disorder for the longest time, and the past week was particularly hard on me. And it all culminated yesterday when I was completely unable to do anything. So you'll have to excuse me that this episode is coming out a day late. Hopefully, the worst thing has passed and I'll be able to deliver content to you properly from now on. Right. Tsuki to Nosferatu. What even happened in the last episode? I'll be honest with you, all those episodes are kinda a blur to me. I noticed nothing particular happens. Like, we are progressing the overarching story of Lev and Irina growing closer together and some grand conspiracy working behind the scenes, but there's nothing I would put my finger on as far as anything in particular that happened. I guess we got some. No, that was even further back. Uh, was it last episode that we got Lev back as an astronaut? I think it was. I think it was the last episode that someone dropped out of the program, and that made Lev be eligible to be an astronaut again. I think that's what happened. I'm not entirely sure, to be perfectly honest with you, but I think that's what happened. And I think we also got some answers regarding Irina being willing to participate in it and not kidnapped. Although I'm not sure, that might have happened even one episode before. It's all a blur, honestly. But yeah, we are slowly getting closer to the launch. And hopefully, Irina will not die. But we know that chances of survival are rather slim with how bad the launches are going and how bad the return is, especially. While the launches are successful, as we know, returning from orbit, what was it? 50% success rate? 60%? Something like that. I think there was some talk about it being 30%, but no, we improved. It's 50% now, or something, some numbers along those lines. Yeah, it's still not looking too peachy. So hopefully, Irina and Lev will run away from there, become fugitives, or the launch will be delayed for some reason. I don't know. It remains to be seen. And hopefully we will see some development in that direction in this episode, because I don't want this series to be a blur in my memory. I want to remember it, but it's kind of hard to do, to be perfectly honest with you. Okay, let's give you some subs. Right. I am yet again using a subs please version because it's the fastest and it's the first and it has the most seeds, and nobody complained about it yet. So might as well continue. Do I have the right episode? Let me double check. Tsuki to Laika to Nosferatu, episode 6, version by subs, please. Starting in 3, 2, 1, now. 9 days till launch. Yeah, not much time left. And Irina, of course, remembers the burned dog and her family burning. Yeah, it's not good for her. Nightmares. Yeah, that's probably the risk here. That shit will just blow up. Irina's family? No, all the burnt dogs and monkeys and other test subjects. And she herself might burn. Yep. Okay, so at least I confirmed that I remember the last episode correctly. all the all the test subjects and stuff, not test subjects, the crashed pod. Oh, too much. Crashed pod was in the last episode. Is this a new OP? It somehow feels calmer. I'm not entirely sure, I admit. No, no, it's the same OP. Yeah, it's the same. Weird. Okay. Nosferatu. Yeah, this episode is all about Irina. We get treated to sleepy Irina. Yeah, she's developing some PTSD. That's what it is. She is. Tired, sleepy. No appetite. Grilled meat. Yeah. It's no good indeed. Intense heat. Yeah. And Lev took it upon himself to bring her up to snuff. Will he be able to? Her complexion got lighter, I think. Yeah, she's completely white. No. No, you're not. Yeah, you're in no shape to train, you're in no shape to launch. If you don't get better, then... So she needs to drink some blood. That would perk her right up. Yeah. A nightmare. Another sleepless night or another nightmare? And who are you? She needs blood. I think that's what it is. Blood connection. There you go. Most definitely. Kinda, sorta. I mean, he is the handler, but... Give her blood. Exactly. Yep. Okay, somewhat of a valid concern, I guess. When she last drank the blood, it was from an animal that was raised by them, so they knew exactly where it's coming from. Yeah, that was the trigger. And here Lev decides to give her his own blood. Yeah, come on. Yeah, that's one concern down. Worth a shot. Human bites are dangerous, full of bacteria and whatnot. Vampire bites might be different. Hopefully they are different, because human bites are nasty. Like, real fucking nasty. The worst bite you can get is not from a dog or a cat or a bat or anything. The worst bite you can get is from a human. Legit. And they're bonding even further. And we're getting another pretty scene with some pretty music. Some pretty eyes. This anime really likes those artistic, meaningful scenes, doesn't it? We had the soaring through the skies, we had the frozen lake, now this scene, and she's all perked up. She's no longer pale white. Yeah, it certainly did. At seemingly no detriment to Lev, so well, when you put it that way, you are basically riding a pipe filled with explosives into the sky. Yeah, she sacrificed much more. Rockets that will eventually carry payloads, though, so he did. Okay, so she's reinvigorated at least, but there's still fear within her. At least we're seeing some of their bond, uh, some, more. Of course. Yeah, we make the impossible possible or off to the gulag with you. Hmm. Taking some heart medicine from what I've inferred from the label, and his heart issues. His heart issues will surely come into play, one way or another. It looks too much like a Chekhov's gun to not fire eventually. Spinning, G-forces. Yeah, it would hurt. Hmm. Yeah, right. Hmm. Okay, so we're this close to launch. Yeah. Question is, what will you do about it? What will you do, Lev? Uh, will you live to 20? 5 days until launch. Sabotage? Someone sabotaged the centrifuge. Turn off the power. Yeah, just rip out everything. What did you do, Franz? You were down there doing something. Did you sabotage it? And if so, for what purpose? You are a doctor. The machine broke because it was broken. And thus Lev is getting demoted. Or not. I thought a punch isn't coming, but apparently no. And he just stumbled back for some reason. What assault? What battery? There was no assault. The fuck are you talking about? Okay. It's going in a direction I did not suspect. What did you do, Franz? What did you do and why? Okay, so we did get to test flight. So I guess the 5 days. No, it's still a few days until launch. I guess she'll be waiting for launch on site. Did it grant you superpowers or something, maybe? To free yourself from this solitary confinement? Or, on the contrary, did it weaken you? That was a rough scene, I gotta say. Uh, that looked rough. That looked rough. Okay, I guess with every series that I'm watching right now, we're approaching the point where episodes actually feel like they take some time. Because up until episode 4 or 5 of each of these series that I've been watching, each episode was passing like a breeze, like no time at all. Now I'm feeling the passage of time a little bit, not in a negative way, right? Like, not like I'm feeling it's too long and I'm getting bored and whatnot. No, but I can feel that I spent those 20 odd minutes here sitting watching it. Could be because my anxiety is acting up. Who knows? I certainly don't. I don't understand anything about my own mind. Nobody does understand anything about their own mind. That's why we have psychiatrists and psychologists. And in the next episode, we get the launch. Was that the launch lady? Just dressed up in a military uniform. Okay, so next episode is launch. I wonder how it's gonna go. Okay. Fucking cables. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Bandai Visual. I'll have to be careful about not playing too much because Bandai really likes striking my videos down. Last episode of well, not last, but latest episode of Princess Principal that I recorded. I got a strike on it. I edited out the offending fragment. I uploaded it. I got another strike for it in another moment. And today I'm gonna be editing that out and re-rendering it and re-uploading it. And hopefully I will not get any more strikes. Bandai Namco, why do you hate me so? Okay. Irina is having her nightmares, her PTSD. Basically, let's be honest, that's exactly what it is. She can't sleep, she has nightmares, she's all weak, she's all pale. Yeah, she's not doing well in her tests, she has no appetite. Classic, classic mental issue, essentially. Yeah, mm, she can't eat, she passes out, essentially. Yeah, nobody knows what it is because she's not a human. Who is this person? Is this Franz? Dark hair, blue eyes. Dark hair and blue or gray eyes. Hard to tell. I have to compare it. Let me note it down real quick. Dark hair. Blue or gray eyes. And we're gonna compare it with how Franz looks. Yeah, she doesn't even want milk porridge. She's exhausted. It does seem like a mental problem because it is a mental problem. We all know that pushing too hard probably did play some role in it because she was relentless in her training and she was being bullied while at it, right? By the whole scientist dude. I fail to understand her, it's all my fault. Kinda, sorta. Like, you are her handler, so you are responsible for her, but you couldn't have predicted what effect would seeing that crashed pod have on her, right? Nobody would be able to predict it. Yeah, you can't know those things. Sometimes people just have some trigger and they themselves don't even know what it is. Uh, for the record, don't make me be in the presence of drunk person. That's my trigger. uh, how does a vampire get to be anemic? We don't know that. We don't understand that yet. Milk's a substitute for blood, but if she doesn't drink, milk's a substitute for blood. But it's not the same as blood. Right? The same way coconut water is kind of sort of a substitute for blood. I think I mentioned it in one of the first episodes, but it's not blood. It doesn't have iron, for example. And Irina might be suffering iron deficiency, for all we know. My body felt warm and I was filled with strength. It also has some meaning to vampires, to their exact physiology, I'm assuming. That's why humans don't need to drink blood, but vampires perhaps do. Maybe they don't need to drink it on a daily basis, but every 10 years or so, they need to drink some to keep up their strength. That might very well be the case. Uh, yeah, we don't know where or what that blood came from. What? I think that's easy to figure out. Like, it's Soviet Russia. You could easily buy some pig blood. You could easily buy some duck blood. Those are ingredients in many dishes, many Slavic dishes. So it should be easy to buy those. If it's from a human, yeah, you don't know who it comes from, and Irina has the issue of not trusting humans, not liking humans. So of course she wouldn't want to drink the blood of an unknown person. It'll defile my body and make me even worse, as she said so herself. And yeah, what if it's my blood? Lev is the one and only human, maybe besides Anya. But I think, yeah, Lev is the human that Irina has bonded with the most. So his blood is the obvious answer here. Yeah, I want to do all I can to make your dream of going to space come true. I'll drink your blood. And we're getting those overly detailed lips again. At least we're not getting overly detailed teeth, only lips. And we're getting this show, this light show, this beautiful scene that studio who makes this anime. What is this studio? I forgot. Tsuki to Laika. Tsuki to Laika to Nosferatu. It was made by Studio Arvo Animation. Did they make anything else that was uh this much of a show? Boktachi wa Benkyo de Kinai. Oh, they have like 7 shows to their name. One of which is Tsuki to Laika, 4 of which are Boktachi wa Benkyo na Gadekinai, Monster Musume no Oeha-san, and Hanasaka Kizuna no Romantan. I don't know any of those shows, so I can't tell whether or not all of them are this artistic. But yeah, they really like those moments. They really like to emphasize all those. How should I call them? All those important and emotional moments with added visuals, right? I think it's cool as long as it's not too much. Like the ice skating scene was taking a little bit too long, right? But this scene perfectly fine in length, so it's actually a nice addition. And she's all better. Yeah, she's still scared, but physically she's better. And he would do that because he wants to support you. Simple as that. And she calls Lev's name, right? Lev. Yep. There's a bond between them. Yeah, this dude is Comrade Chief. Is trying to delay the launch. He seems like a decent human being, right? He knows that there's only 30% success chance, and he wants to delay it to fix the issues. But apparently, Comrade Gergiev, or whatever his name is, he wants to launch when the launch is scheduled. No delays. He wants to launch before the UK can, no matter the cost. And we know that Irina will actually launch. We still have a few episodes left, so I don't think Irina will die. I think it will be within those 30% and she will succeed. Training for parachute. Yeah. Self-destruction. To think it might be pointless no matter how hard she tries. Because as soon as she lands, the capsule might explode. Yeah, dark hair, gray eyes. It might have been France. This could be the last time we drink here. And here France is doing something. And we get the ominous music. He's down in the ditch doing something frantically. We don't see his eyes. We know that he's gonna be moved soon. We don't know why. Franz isn't a Russian name. Could he be spy, an agent here, sent here to sabotage their attempts, perhaps? Or at least one of the saboteurs. It's plausible, at the very least. We're getting some intrigue here. I like it. I like that we're finally getting a little bit of intrigue. Yeah. Broken, it won't stop. And of course, Lev rushes in to help Irina. The doctor is being an asshole, as always. And he stumbles back at Lev just coming at him and it's apparently assault on the superior officer, just walking and shouting. Okay. And Lev is being taken to solitary confinement? Like, not even to a regular jail, straight into a solitary? Why? It's also weird. What will happen to Lev? Nobody wants to tell her, of course. And yeah, the last few days before launch she will spend on site. And we get this scene. It's rough. Man, this scene is rough. We know that Irina's bite has some effect on him. Is it a positive effect? Is he screaming because his muscles are bulging out and growing and he gains super strength? Or is he slowly dying? Is his arm gonna rot away? We don't know that. But it does have some effect on him. Weird that nobody would know of any effects of a vampire bite. Right? Like, I would think that they would have studied it at least a little bit. But apparently no. Apparently nobody present knew what effect the vampire bite might have. It's all weird, man. It's all weird. Okay, and we get the launch. Okay, no, pause. I wanted to see, was that the lunch lady, but she does look like the lunch lady. Don't tell me she doesn't. Yeah, I'm gonna look at her picture on Mal. I think she should be listed, but I think her hair looks like the lunch lady. Is she listed as a character? I think she should be, because she appears fairly frequently. Natalia. Yeah, those two bangs in front of her head, the freckles. Yeah, that's her. That's Natalia. That's Natalia. What is she? Is that the door to Lev's confinement? Is she a spy of the UK? Is she a spy of the UK? Those people behind her could be like CIA or whatever was existed back in the days of CCCP. Could that be it? Could she have come here to rescue Lev? Yeah, he's in the solitary, and then she comes in, steps into the light. Irina launches. There's this girl. Someone's screaming, and they lose contact. And snow. And Irina is happy because she can finally go to space. Okay. Okay. Hmm. I guess we finally got what I wished we did. We're finally getting some major story unfolding. All the previous episodes until now were basically a setup for Lev's and Irina's relationship, and establishing the poor conditions of the launch and all that stuff. It was basically world building and character building and relationship building. Now we're getting into the meat of the story, I feel like. Kinda like Sci-Fi and a Paladin took 5 episodes of a prologue. I think Tsuki to Laika to Nosferatu also took like 5, 6 episodes of a prologue. I'll be honest, I'm at a loss when it comes to predicting what will happen next. I have no clue. I have no clue because I really thought that Irina and Lev will run away and become fugitives before the launch even happens. But now we know that Irina will actually launch. And I'm assuming she will survive because we still have 6 episodes left. So she will succeed in that. Lev is in solitary confinement, but he seemingly is being rescued. And not by force, he's not being broken out. Natalia just came there, opened the door as if it was nothing. Maybe she's not with the UK, but she's with some other branch of the government, overseeing the whole thing separately, kind of like a secret shopper kind of deal, right? Being in the canteen, serving food to hear what people are saying, kind of spying on her own country for her own country. And she and whatever agency she's part of decided that Lev should be freed and the scientist dude should be fired or court-martialed or whatever for trying to sabotage the launch by sabotaging the test subject. I'm just I'm just talking out of my ass here, honestly, because I have no idea. I think it might go in the direction of Irina actually coming back successfully from the launch, and then Irina and Lev would run because Irina would be threatened with being disposed of, and Lev doesn't want that to happen, and Irina, of course, doesn't want that to happen, so they have to run. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on the idea of them having to run, but maybe they won't have to. I don't know. And I don't think there is any point in speculating. We're just gonna have to wait for the next episode and see what happens. It's only been barely 50 minutes. I usually talk for those episodes are usually around an hour, but I really don't have anything more to say about this episode, so I'm just gonna end it here. So, as always, like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. And also tell me down in the comments what you thought of this episode, what you thought of my reaction, what you thought of my opinions and my conjectures and my predictions about what's gonna happen. Just don't spoil the source material because I know that the light novel or web novel or whatever it's based on has progressed quite a bit further, but I don't want no spoilers. I don't think anybody wants spoilers, so keep the comment section spoiler free. Subscribe to my channel if you want to be notified of my future uploads, not just Tsuki Laika to Nosferatu, but also Sahet and Paladin, Princess Principle, and Takt of Destiny, which I might also release today if I manage my time properly. If not, it's also gonna be delayed, but doesn't matter. If you really like what I'm doing, you can support me on Patreon. Link is down in the description. Just for $8 a month, you get access to my Discord server, and there are also some other goodies on other tiers. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So that's gonna be it from me for today. You guys, as always, do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers.